Mr. D. But she's still waiting at your office.
Sam, it is Tuesday, Sam. I don't go into the office on Tuesday. I didn't make an appointment.
I made it for you. She's my very best friend, Mr. Diamond. And she has a terrible problem. And I told her all about you and how I was sure you'd help her.
Sam, I'm not even shaved.
Well, go do it, Mr. D. You don't want to go to the office looking like a bum.
Helen Lear. That's right, L-E-A-R. My uncle was murdered. Yes, life is tough, Mr. Diamond. He wasn't.
What was your uncle's name?
Isaac Klein. You never heard of him. 40 years with Sutro and Son. Fashion a la mode.
The dress shop?
The only sane man I ever knew in the business. A bookkeeper.
What'd the police say?
That it was an accident. Speeding, lost control of his car. My uncle never drove over 35 miles an hour in his life. But he died in a speeding car. Oh, he wasn't really an important man. Not worth the time to investigate.
I don't believe that.
All right, Mr. Diamond. No one was interested in him when he was alive, nor when he's dead. Why should you be?
Well, maybe I just want to prove to you that all people aren't the way that you seem to think they are.
Oh, I don't think they're all that way. Just 99% of them.
Oh, why don't you give me a chance?
For what?
You get in that 1% bracket?
Oh, and this started out to be such a nice day.
Well, Lieutenant Kyle, how you changed?
What is it, Diamond? You're wasting the taxpayers' time.
A fellow by the name of Isaac Klein. He was a traffic death. I thought maybe I could see the report. It happened on Saturday.
Saturday morning, 2:15 a.m., Griffith Park cutoff. Estimated speed, 75 miles an hour. Lost control, jumped the road. Multiple fractures, internal injuries, death instantaneous. It's all right there. If you haven't had breakfast, don't look at the photographs.
You sure about the speed, Sergeant?
We're sure.
Could there have been something wrong with the car?
Look, I don't know what you're after, Hero, but accident investigation went all over it. The car was doing at least 75 when it left the road. Mechanically, there was nothing wrong.
Well, what caused the accident, Sergeant?
The guy at the wheel had a heavy foot.
But you're still on the case.
There is no case. The man's niece was in here yesterday with a lot of questions. Looks like she asked you a few.
Well, then the case is closed.
Locked. We're out of it. And since when did you start chasing accidents?
Well, this is for a friend.
Notice, if you please, the décolletage. Something like this is certain to be the feature of the Paris shows, according to the information we get from our spies over there. Now, with this model, we've taken something of radical European design and modified it to suit American tastes. This dress is certain to be a big seller, mark my words. And where can a housewife get something like it for $50 or $60? Nowhere, I assure you.
Number 27, Helen.
Oh, I wish they'd go home. I'm beat. They don't buy that much anyway.
Any order's a big one these days. Or has he been more generous with you?
Give me a hand with the zipper, will you?
I read the police report.
Well, hello. I never thought I'd see you again.
Well, I'm a little hard to get rid of. According to the police, it was an accident.
Coffee crotch on your own time, Helen. Moss and Rykoff are about to go.
Well, Judy calls. You wait right here.
Yeah.
Sorry for the interruption, but business is
Yeah,
business.
business, yeah. Well, I don't mind. I sort of like your waiting room.
I haven't seen you around before. Are you new in the trade?
Well, it's the first time I've ever been this close.
I'm Angel Case, fashion coordinator for Sutro and Son. What line are you in, Mr.
Diamond, Richard Diamond. Well, I'm in, well, I deal in a lot of things.
Oh, accessories.
Yeah, something like that.
How'd we do, Mark?
Fine, they said they'd call. I hope they do. It means a good order.
Good.
Mr. Sutro, this is Mr. Diamond.
How do you do?
Mr. Diamond, are you interested in our line?
Well,
Oh, he's a private investigator, Mark, looking into the death of Uncle Isaac.
I thought it was an accident.
well, it could have been, yeah.
It had to be. He wouldn't kill himself. He wasn't the kind to do that.
Well, there is another possibility.
Mr. Diamond means murder.
Murder? Who in the world would want to kill poor old Isaac?
No one, of course. Helen, if you keep talking such nonsense, people will think you need help.
Isaac Klein was like a second father to me. When my dad died, he ran the firm. That is, he ran it until I learned what was going on and took over. We all loved him. He didn't have an enemy in the world.
May I look into his office?
Certainly. This way. Neat, but not gaudy. All he cared about was work, and plenty of it. He was our comptroller, you know. Knew the business backwards and forwards. Signed the checks, kept the books, knew the inventory.
Where are all the records?
In my office. Business goes on, Mr. Diamond. These things must be kept up to date.
You mind if I look at the desk?
No, go ahead. Look, if you really think Isaac was murdered, I'll do anything I can to help you.
You have the key for this?
No, I don't. That was Mr. Klein's personal drawer. Only he had the key.
What's in there?
A bottle of bourbon, for one thing. It was for medicinal purposes, but he didn't want anybody to know. You'll probably find some private papers, odds and ends. He was an old man.
Nothing important.
We don't know. We'll open it as soon as the police return his personal effects.
Closing time, Mark.
Good. We can all leave together.
No, the other girls have already left.
Need a lift, Mark?
I can sure use one. My car's in the garage.
Good. You ride with me.
Would you like to ride with me?
Suit yourself.
When do you think the police will send your uncle's effects?
I got them just yesterday.
What'd you find?
I haven't even opened the package. Well, I'm sure it's nothing important.
You didn't tell anybody about him. What?
Simple female tactics. It'll give me a chance to be with Mark Sutro when I want.
You mind if I take a look at that package?
I don't mind. No reason why you can't. I hope this won't take long.
Just long enough for me to open up that package.
Okay, already. I'm not looking to go to no hospital.
What are you doing here?
I'm just looking around is all.
What's your name?
Artie Quint.
Now, let's go back to the first question. What are you doing here?
What's the truth? I'm just looking around. Big Otto sent me.
Otto Dutch? You play the horses?
Once or twice. At the track.
It was Klein. He ran heavy action with Big Otto. We got his markers, a lot of them.
Klein didn't live here.
Well, we know she got his stuff. Klein figured to leave some money or something when he checked out, and Big Otto sent me to look. Even was just a gold watch. He said he wants it. Big Otto don't like to lose, especially when he wins.
Well, you tell Big Otto that he's just going to have to live with it this time. I want you to deliver a message for me. Hey, you tell Big Otto that he can expect to see me very soon, huh?
Did Uncle Isaac betting the horses?
Well, people that are lonely do a lot of different things to keep their interest up. You know, I never met a horse player in my life that didn't mark his picks in the morning paper. Another thing here. What are these things?
Homework, I guess. My uncle never left the office without coming home with something.
Anything there?
No. Material orders. Overtime hours, withholding taxes.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is some sort of a code he used when he placed his bets. Huh?
Well, if my uncle bet the horses and if he was killed in a speeding accident, all I can say is anything can happen.
You mind if I keep this?
Sure, go ahead.
These keys here, one of them open the door to the office?
Yeah, I guess so. Anything else you want before you leave?
Well, you in a hurry to get rid of me?
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Diamond. No, I was all set not to care very much. Now I find I do. Pretty hopeless, huh?
We'll know something about it tomorrow.
Well, just knowing something, good or bad, will make a difference.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Diamond, Mr. Deutsch.
I know, Mr. Diamond, Artie. Oh, you're a pretty rude fellow.
Well, I did knock.
That's true. This is a business call, I gather.
You got some markers for a man named Isaac Klein?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, poor man. First he won't pay. Now he can't pay.
Yeah, you didn't push him a little, did you, Adam?
You don't stay in business killing your customers, Mr. Diamond. Use a place a bad name.
A man's dead, Otto. That's not funny.
Not a bit funny. Especially when he owed me $7,000.
That's more than he could ever have paid.
Oh, it's not unusual. Not in the least. Men frequently wager more than they can afford to lose. It's one of the problems of my calling.
How do you think I could see those markers?
Oh, of course. I'm a logical person, Mr. Diamond. It would be utterly illogical for me to kill a man that was so deeply in my debt.
Yeah, well, I guess the girl is right.
Pardon?
A girl, she told me that sometimes these old fellas were hard to figure.
Old folks? You're confusing me, Mr. Diamond.
You know, you'd think a man of 70'd know better, wouldn't you?
Oh, we must be talking about two different people. The Isaac Klein that I knew couldn't be over 45. And in excellent health, too.
I see that. Oh, you got a lot of bookkeepers working for you.
Yeah?
Take a look at those. See, those numerals look like they've been written by a bookkeeper.
No. No, too sloppy. And not anything like the signature either.
Yeah, the signatures are all the same. No variation.
What is it, Mr. Diamond? More trouble?
No, but I think you and I are back in business, Otto. Can I borrow a phone?
No, take your choice.
Mark? Oh, I'm glad you called, darling. I thought you'd given me up.
Well, after all, dear, you have had a death in the family, and I didn't think it proper to call it a time like this. Say, have you received your uncle's things back from the police yet? Good. Were there 2 ledgers among them, not very large?
Oh, of course I'll bring them down. But isn't it rather late? For work, I mean. All right, if you say so. I'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, Howard.
Okay, keep in touch.
Well, you'd better give the appearance of work, darling.
And you'd better run along. I'll talk to you later.
I'm staying right here.
But she mustn't see you here. She'll suspect something.
Oh, she won't see me. I'll just wait in your office, where I can listen to everything. You know, I don't trust you around her. Or any girl, for that matter.
You're so suspicious. You don't even trust me around my wife.
Helen?
Helen, dear, it was sweet of you to come down here tonight. Buy you a drink?
Lovely.
I was going over your uncle's books, and I suddenly realized that something was missing.
Me or the ledgers?
Actually, both. I really didn't think you'd want to go anywhere for the next few days.
We've never had to go out before, have we?
Yeah, we'll make up for that now, won't we, darling?
Tell me, if I didn't have these books, would you have called me tonight?
Probably not tonight, dear, if you want the truth. You see,
How
I've been...
important are they?
Very important, Helen.
And how important am I?
Well, that depends on how long you hang on to those records.
Diamond, get out and mind your own business.
You're pretty handy with this little gadget, aren't you?
If you don't leave, I'll have you arrested for breaking and entering. I'll call the police.
That's a good idea. In fact, I thought I'd give him a ring myself after a while. Oh, you were right, Helen. Your uncle was murdered.
By whom?
The boss and his girlfriend.
You're out of your mind.
No.
Mr. Klein found him with his hands in the till.
I own the company. I can do as I please.
Not altogether. The stockholders. Mr. Klein was a stockholder. He knew you were milking the company dry, selling the records right over there.
I don't have to do anything like that. I make lots of money.
Enough to support a wife in Miami, 2 girlfriends here, and all the bookmakers in town. You got yourself in pretty deep. So you decided to sign Mr. Klein's name to the markers you ran with Big Otto. You got in so deep that you knew you'd never pay him back, so you decided to cancel the debt by killing the debtor. It was a good bet. Otto was bound to assume that the dead Mr. Klein was the same Klein with all the action.
I didn't kill him, I tell you.
Sure you did. You and your girlfriend.
Mr.
I
Diamond.
don't mean you, honey. I mean the other one. Mr. Klein did make one big mistake, didn't he?
What was that?
He gave you another chance. Now, you go call the police, huh? Ask for Sergeant Alden. You relax.
When I put lipstick on, it has to last. I'm Bob Mills. I'm going to make...
Jay.
On the advice of a lawyer, she pleaded guilty. She signed a statement admitting her part in your uncle's killing.
I don't know how I'm ever going to thank you.
Well, let's get together. Maybe we can think of something here.
I thought you were Sam's friend.
Yeah, well, I am, in a way. She gave me 6 months free phone service. You know, I've never even seen the girl.
I know, she told me. But she did send you a present. That's another way of saying thank you.
Yeah, what is it?
Her picture. Like, wow. I really do thank you, you know. Very, very much.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Any red-blooded hero would have done the same thing. Yeah, that's Sam. Thank you.